Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Earlier this morning, when I was getting ready to come in here and do the show, I realized why I missed some major news items because I was taking pen to paper with a creative writing assignment that I will explain later.
Is it a standard 5-paragraph essay, Mike?
It is a different essay. It's not even an essay, Rob. What it is a creative writing exercise that, if successful, I may continue into the rest of the week. But it's time-consuming, and so when I came in here, and as someone who probably has taken the Temu Chinese experiment to heart more than anybody, but I have a big mouth, it's very complicated.
It's very complicated, as Bob Barker used to say.
I'm getting in trouble because of it, and that is the Chinese Temu goods.
And
Rob
how are those
Spiewak,
letters to the president going?
Temu saved my Mother's Day, so I mean, what can I? But I ordered early before the tariffs. So
well, look, I have to say this, that I'm waiting for my main. First of all, here's a trivia question for the show.
Good.
What have my main Temu purchases been? There's one item that I buy more
golf
than
shoes.
Thank you. That's
Massager.
it. No, golf shoes.
Yeah.
Josh had it.
And you actually
it's golf
found,
shoes, and they are holding up quite nicely.
But you had to replace the insole.
That was before I even took them out. So I mean, on the course, that's because but the outside. But here's my problem. I should just shut the F up.
Why?
Because
then I don't have a job.
I have this desire to share with the gentry at Happy Valley.
Yes.
That I'm wearing these golf shoes. And I should just shut up because no one would care.
But
no one would notice.
Mike, you're proud. And you should be proud.
I like the fact that I think they look good.
When I wore those ridiculous hippie jeans to Jimmy's, I couldn't tell enough people that I bought them at Temu. I love the fact that I got them at Temu.
I think it's an old man thing that you like
the bargain
to get you got the bargain, and you one up the other old men who are also cheap and looking for a bargain.
That's pretty valid.
I love that. I think that what it is demonstrated before we get to the agreement, and there's something I know nothing about, and I'm excited to talk about it right at the beginning of the show. I have to say that I love the concept of we pay way too much for things. Mm-hmm. Chappelle does a great line about tariffs. And he talks about I don't want the jobs coming back over here. I don't want to pay $9,000 for an iPhone.
Yeah. So true.
I get that. But I didn't know that there was some sort of agreement, and I love the fact that I get things for previously what they cost, but now with tariffs, who knows? But you tell me there's a new development, like as we go to air this morning.
It was last night.
The news last night.
Well, I missed that too because I was sleeping.
The news last night was that we were negotiating with China and worked out a deal, and I guess it should be announced today.
So
or
there's no specifics.
We don't
the
have
deal.
the specifics at the
headline though from before 6 a.m. this morning on the cable news network, Mike.
Yes,
CNN. They say U.S. and China agree to drastically roll back tariffs in major trade breakthrough. This was brought to my attention by my son, and he said, "Dad, time to buy microphones."
All right,
if they get cheap again, I'm going to do it.
Here's how I feel about it. Go ahead, Josh.
Those AirPods I got a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
excellent. Can't tell the difference.
And I'm sorry, as Americans, we're not going to be able to get cheap stuff unless we get it over there.
No.
Look, I'm a rube like everybody. Do you think, gentlemen, that right now my Democratic brethren are screaming at me right now? Are they starting to scream at me? Do you think I'm pissing
and I'll tell you
off?
why. Because things are back to the way they were. You can't credit a kid for spilling milk and then cleaning it up.
I'll tell you.
Brilliant. That's the tone of the entire week when he comes to play like that. I actually analyze Rob more than anybody on the show, and he is spot on. That is a great I agree. He's the one that effed it all up.
Yeah, but you know what? If we're back to normal, that's something. But we'll see if the prices roll back. I don't think I'll ever buy another $4 wallet. Those were the golden years, Mike. And you know what? This very weekend, my mother said, "Hey, nice wallet." I said, "Hey, $4."
Do you like the quality of the wallet?
It's fantastic. It even
I bought a wallet that was paper mache. It was garbage.
No, mine was
absolutely
great.
In the trash as soon as it arrived.
Mine even has, this is a little precise, but it even has that smell of a great leatherwork store. It smells like proper leather. And after it's been in my pocket.
Have you got any clinkers from our Chinese business partner?
Yes, I have.
What?
When they put up a sign, the ad was on electric light up on air sign made of metal. And I saw it and I said, "Oh my God, that would look great on my shelf."
There's no way it's metal.
So, well, here's the thing is I had one as a gift and Carrie sold it because she gave it to me. So she has the opportunity to sell it, I guess, because we're in a zero-sum spending spree here. So I said, I can replace it for like $6. And I said, even if I'm out $6, who cares? And it comes, and you know what? It's not the on-air sign with the curved edges and the of Art Deco. It's a metal sign. It's a picture of it. It was not the actual sign.
Like
but
it's
it
not
was
even
metal.
electric?
No, it's a picture of an electric sign. And but it's by
Johnny
the rules.
Rubio.
By the rules, it's stuck to everything. But when it said solid metal sign, electric on air, I thought, gotta be it. But I threw it away. Even though it was a metal sign, I threw it away. That's the worst purchase I've got.
That's that. Well, that's a great example of the risk reward.
Yeah,
I had another Georgia weekend, and part of that is
you went to Georgia again.
Yeah.
Josh,
Anyway, I know.
Hold on, Josh. Just for a second.
It was Mother's Day.
I know it was Mother's Day, but I mean you were just there for a month.
Yeah,
I know. Trust me.
Hey, is your mom in Georgia?
Part of going to Georgia is they've got these weird fairs and festivals. So I went to one. Last time it was like the frying pan or something.
Oh yeah, throw the frying pan. I remember.
This time it was like the wild peacocks or something. I don't know. I just know that there were people bidding on a cow. and another
Did you
raffle
get in
for
on
a
it?
cow. I did not.
Oh, wow.
But
I think you'd never have to buy milk again. All that raw milk for you?
I bring this up because I walked down the aisles of vendors.
Right.
And decided I don't want to buy anything made in America. Because it's all knit, it's all baked, it's all little gimmicky crap.
Well, probably they're reselling stuff from Asia too.
Well,
yeah,
no,
of course.
I believe it was all homemade stuff.
Oh, it was crafts.
Did they have a honey? Did they have a honey guy?
Yeah. Oh, there's a honey guy. There's a boiled peanut guy. There's 4 things with making things out of crochet. If
It's
you want
all
a blanket,
all
if you want
side
a doll.
hustles.
Yeah.
It's our modern economy.
Yes,
It's what we do.
Meanwhile, Josh is in Georgia. I have a little insight to this, is that I used to, when we got rid of the front yard vegetable stand, we did a once a week vegetable stand at the McLean Farmers Market. And calling it a farmer's market was really kind of loosey-goosey because there was a honey guy. And I remember his name. It was Bernie Knuckles, and he was a dick.
And he was a beekeeper.
I don't know what the hell he was, but he's always like, well, you're using a lot of space here in the parking lot. I got to get my honey set up, Bernie Knuckles.
I have honey guys every 10 minutes here.
Honey
Do you have
guy.
them down south, Mike? Every 10 minutes down the road, there's a honey guy on the side of the road selling honey out of his truck.
Honey,
Honey and boiled
I
peanuts.
miss you. So yeah, I can see what you're talking about. You're talking about the crafty,
Yeah, the homemade
just
stuff.
absolute
Hey, you know what I bet he could have
BS.
bought? He could have bought a dream catcher.
Yeah.
No, I
Like
did
a
not see
sea
a
of
dream
it.
catcher. I saw 6-foot-tall metal cactuses.
Yeah.
Oh,
the artist.
wow.
buy and take
and
home.
Surf wasn't there, so no one was going to buy them.
It was, oh God, I get it. I feel your pain. I totally feel your pain. So
There was also a guy who
salute
sold,
to the agreement with China. Hope
there was
it's
also a
peace.
guy who sold dahlias. So if you want
Dahlias?
fresh flowers, go to the market.
Oh.
Meanwhile, we're moving corn and tomatoes. Boom, boom, boom. Like picking quarters up off the ground.
I don't know if I'm going to get a blowback on this. I don't think so, because it's not really particularly.
Maybe on Father's Day you
controversial.
can get a blowback.
I think that we keep our fingers crossed. I will say this, that this is a food that has gotten me two weekends in a row, and that food I'll take you
Mike,
through.
Fool me once,
Yeah,
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
I'll tell you, this is now a food I will never, ever. I don't care if it's on a menu. I don't care if it's a special restaurant. I won't go in it that serves this. But we go out. We have a very chill. I am instructed,
yes,
to not do anything for Mother's Day because Carla went out and got a 90-minute massage at one of those hand to stone massage envy joints, and she's got a lady that she worked with, and she is delighted with that, and that to me was her. She said that's her Mother's Day.
And it came from the common checking account, so in a way it was from you.
And I said my original plan was that Michael had an overnight at a friend's house on Friday night, and I was going to go out and acquire a large number of, not roses, but flowers of every kind, and then go out and get them early in the morning or get them late at night and keep them in the garage so that when she woke up on Sunday, there'd be a kind of a bunch of flowers around the house.
I've done that very move before. It's
and it
fun.
didn't. It somehow she just was so adamant about not doing anything and not spending any money that I didn't do that. So
That's
the
when
day
you should
came
just gone to the neighbors' yards
and
Grabbed
just
a few
picked them.
flowers here, a few there.
Well, that's I think more from the heart. You know, when you do that, and you can f with your neighbors that way too. I could have
Look,
probably
Carla,
gotten a
it's dandelions and daisies.
yeah, dirt all over the place.
Yeah,
where I just yanked them up. So the day comes, and it's.
Did you have a hard time sleeping the night before because you were excited for Mother's Day?
Sure. We wake up and we have a chill Sunday. We are so spent by Sunday that it's usually a very, very cool day to just chill out. And
God called
I'm
it a
fine
day
with
of
it.
rest. Isn't that right, Josh?
And we try to adhere to that. So we go out, we venture
Josh
out.
nodded.
The only thing that she
There was no
wants
need
to do,
to jump on that.
she comes to me mid-morning and says, there's only one thing I want to do today. I want to go out to, Josh knows this store, Academy Sports, and return the shorts that we got for Michael that he didn't like or didn't fit or something like that. We're returning
Too short?
three pairs of short. I have no idea.
Like hot pants?
I have no idea.
Okay.
And so that's the plan. We venture out, and then as we're driving out, everybody's a little chippy. Everybody's a little testy. Everybody's a little cranky. Michael had a sleepover on Saturday night. Friday night. This carries over into Sunday with his mood, which is odd. And he's a little, I'm a little, and Carla's a little, And we're venturing out, and
The
we
best
get over.
ingredient to make a kid is give them 24 hours away from the homestead. They will definitely turn
Yeah, and he's got that too, and so it's really obnoxious, and and so we get over to the sport place, Academy Sports, which Josh knows is a really great store to get like baseball stuff and sporting stuff. I go into the plan is we're going to go to Academy Sports, exchange the stuff, and then we're going to find some casual dining place to eat.
Is Academy Sports big, like a box store, or is it more of a okay?
Yeah,
I'm with
It's
you.
like a box
Dick's.
store. It's like a Dick's. It's what it is.
Yeah.
So we go in. I say, I'm with Michael, and Carla likes to get him these shorts that have the only best way to describe it is the gym short top, where they've got the pleated,
elastic with
the elastic
pleats.
band.
Yeah.
And I'm taking him out this summer to golf, and that's not what you wear on the golf. Well, I've seen people wear it. They look like rubes when they wear that, but that's just not. I want him to have the normal shorts.
Gym shorts versus golf shorts.
Yeah, exactly. Want to have the, and I'm it's not those. Those had the, and I said this is the tone I take. I said, no, let's not get the ones that are like the gym shorts. Let's get some golf shorts. And Carla turns to me and goes, for really out of the woodwork, calm down. And then Michael goes,
wow.
Yeah, Dad, calm down. And I'm like, okay. All right. I say I just think that's the kind of short and then he goes over another rack, and this is like a name brand like Magellan. Do you know that brand of shorts or something? It might be the in-house brand for Academy. And he goes, "Well, these are good." No, I said, "No, those aren't. No, Dad, just calm down." And then Carla comes back, and then it's reverse order.
Did you even have like an elevated mood? I know we're getting
Perhaps
your
it was
take on
perceived as such.
Okay.
And maybe the following will describe where I was. I said, and Carla, it was Michael complimenting Carla, and then Carla complimenting me, like, calm down, just calm down. And at that point, I go, I'll wait for you guys in the car.
Perfect.
I'll wait for you guys in the car, and then I do, well, wait, and I just do a beeline. I literally get every now and then when you extricate yourself from a situation, it's legit because you just don't want to deal with it anymore, and there's no need for you to deal with it, and there's nothing you're going to add to the situation.
You're just going to weaken your case.
I'm just going to head out to the car and sit there, and that's why we have these wonderful devices that we all get to look at, and we can while away all the hours in the world. So I do. I go out and
remember, Mike, we are of an age now where we'll never be bored again.
Precisely. Although you could make a case where,
Well, I mean, you're not thumbing through magazines in a doctor's office anymore.
I just wish I was better at getting fresh material, to be honest with you, because it just gets you. You can only watch Gretzky, gamble on so many slot machines.
Well,
but anyway,
open your portals a little wider. There's more than Gretzky on the internet.
I understand there is. I understand. So they come out, and oddly enough, there's no backlash on that at all. Everybody's kind of like, "Hi, how you doing?" And then
do they come out with a bag?
They have their stuff, and she bought me one of those cooler mugs, the expensive kind,
a Stanley.
The Stanley. She buys me a red. My favorite color, Stanley Cup, which I think is very sweet, very nice, very kind.
And reasonably priced.
I did reference that. Probably shouldn't have. And then it's off
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, she buys me a gift on Mother's Day. How about that?
That's a nice trend I'd like to see pick up worldwide.
At that point, it's dining time. Michael wants to go.
Is it like 2-ish?
Yeah, right around. Yeah, of course, prime time.
Yeah. Okay, just checking.
And Michael wants to go to the hibachi place with the faded pictures of bad food in the window.
So it's
that
not
just looks
Benihana.
like it's got a film on it. All right.
Yeah. There's a lot of grease in the air in those places.
And Carl and I are having none of it. I said, "No, Michael, no, let's get." And I said, "Well, I saw when we were driving in that there was a Chili's on the other side." She goes,
"Great
Chili's.
Milkshakes."
And Carlos,
Chili's is my number one spot now. By the way, it's a every 2 weeks visit.
Wow,
Chili's.
They have a picture of you up there.
Not yet. Working on that.
Chili's. Carl and I made a discussion of chains. That one kind of holds up and doesn't change that much, and that's pretty solid.
Cheap.
And it's cheap. So we decide we're going to roll in. Really big mistake.
Why?
Because every asshat like me and their families were there, and their people. As soon as you come up to a store like that and they're sitting outside, I'm not sitting outside for Chili's. I'm not.
You're not going to dine al fresco?
I'm not gonna wait to get into that place.
It's the wait, not the seated outside.
But we go inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we go inside to see what the same. They say 15 minutes. 15 minutes doable. I can wait that long. And there is the how would I describe this family? I want to just there is an antechamber to the right of the hostess stand that goes back along a bench along a window.
I can envision it.
And this family of what appears to be 7 or 8 with strollers and children.
Yeah.
They have, if you look over their bodies, which is a bit of a tall order due to the mass involved in the bodies themselves.
A thick-set family?
Quite.
Okay, good.
You can see over them that in the back chamber, there's an empty bench to sit and wait. However, it is completely blocked by this family, clueless as to, and loud and obnoxious. And
Are they talking about anything in particular? Obviously, you can over.
It's like blah, 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 blah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, I'm going through them. I'm going through them because I'm not going to just stand and wait in the way of people when I can go over here and not be in the way of people coming in. So we get to. I said, "Excuse me," and there's nothing except a click and a grunt.
Right.
And they walk. They move the quarter of an inch to give my whole family space to get through. And then we look at the menu, and at that point, it is so loud.
How do you even choose?
The din is so loud. I'm like, I can't stand this. And I look, and Carla looks at me and says, I can't either. I said, it's gross. It just looks it's so nasty in here right now.
It's a factory.
It's just, it's not the restaurant. It's the people.
It's the Mother's Day crowd.
It's the Mother's Day. It's everything.
And not only
gross.
the Mother's Day crowd, it's the family that takes mom to Chili's for Mother's Day.
Hi.
I know, but still, I put you above that because this was in addition.
But I'm not. And we did.
They are the fastest growing restaurant right now.
That doesn't surprise me based on the price points.
Josh, when you go, what is your order if you go every 2 weeks?
Great question.
All right. Well, you get the free chips and salsa.
Yes.
So you get that. And then they have a a 2 for $10 deal where I get a salad and fries and a hamburger. And it's like $10.
That's not bad.
The reason we go to Chili's is I walk out of there for dinner for 2 at a sit-down restaurant for $27.
There you go.
That's
and
science
welcome
fiction.
to America.
Yeah.
Welcome to America. You're not alone.
By the way,
that's the same price if I went to McDonald's.
Right, exactly.
Restaurant hack that I figured out over the weekend. I have by the way, the Costco's organic salsa is fantastic. It is the exact perfect heat, but I was out of chips.
Unrelated to the discussion.
No, it gets back to it. It does go back to it. But I was out of chips, and I was disappointed with the last tortilla chips that I got at Costco. So just for fun, I stopped by Moe's, which is a burrito place.
Gotta go to. Oh, that's a
different
place.
And I said, "Can I buy 2 bags of your corn chips because they're freshly made and delicious?" And she said, "Well, you have to have a catering size bag." I said, okay. She said,
"What do you mean you have to have a catering size bag?
You
have to bring your own bag?"
No. They have to have. They have a special big bag, and it's probably a 2.5 or 3 gallon bag, a Ziploc bag. And they took it out, and I said, "God, how much?" They said $7. I said, "All day, fill it up." And then she didn't know how to ring it up because it didn't have a button, so she rang it up as rice and beans. I got 3 gallons of chips for $4. So the next time you need corn
Rob
chips.
Spiewak's fatal heart attack occurred on May 13th, 19.
Yeah, it was.
Did you swing by the movie theater on the way home and grab a big bag of popcorn also?
No, you see, they overprice at the popcorn place called the movie theater.
I can laugh all day, but when I'm hearing this, I am saying to myself, there's one right up the street. I might
Mike,
do the exact
it's
same
cheaper
thing.
than buying chips at a grocery store.
What would you pay for that many chips?
I'd say that was $12 worth of grocery chips for $4.
Okay. Congratulations.
Maybe even more, depending where you are.
Well, we venture out.
Yes.
And then I think we're leaning towards going back to the place that's got the faded signs. And look, food signs in the window are not my bag anyway. Food signs that are faded make me want to barf.
That's one of the only weaknesses of the beautiful Peking Gourmet restaurant here in Washington, D.C., that they have framed pictures of articles through the years in their windows that are now just sort of the color of porridge.
They are.
Because they've faded from being in the sun.
Update, please.
Please.
So, we're going across the street, and across the street we see, I will not mention the name. I'm going to rant so much I am not going to mention the name.
Wow.
But it's not. I don't know if it's a chain or not. I think it is.
If I guess it, would you confirm?
No.
Okay, then never mind.
Because I've got this is going to be rather pointed here.
Okay.
In fact, as we left, I said I'm going to talk for a while.
All right.
It is a blank ramen. That's the name of the place. And my son had said he wanted noodles, and so it said blank ramen. Now, I don't know if I went into great detail that last week at Jimmy's, there was an Asian fusion joint that we went to with Jimmy and Jimmy's friends.
Yes.
And I ordered the spicy ramen, which kept me up most of the night. And it was.
You mentioned it in passing, but you didn't dwell on it.
We go in to the ramen joint, and it's from the outside, it makes a great appearance. It's the opposite of signs in the window. It's a very modern signage, designs, and
neon.
It looks no neon. It looks really like they've got and I'm not that familiar with the product. I don't do, I think of it as the cheap stuff you get in college that you put in a cup and you put boiling water on it and stuff like. Well, it's become a thing now where I guess they have. But I said noodles, fine, no problem at all. I'm not
just say it out of the blue like that.
Noodles, fine. My kid wanted noodles. I can do noodles. Noodles, fine.
That bag ramen at the grocery store is like 50 cents a bag. How much is ramen when you go to a restaurant?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Carla would probably give you the exact amount, but I believe it was somewhere around $18 for a bowl of this crap.
Oh.
Now, hold on. I'm going to take you through the whole thing.
Please.
Okay? We sit down. Mrs. O'Mara orders a water. My son orders a water. I order a Diet Coke. I get the Diet Coke. It comes to the table.
Yeah.
And I go. I start to drink, and I go. Then I take a little. Ooh. And I'm like, what is that flavor? It tastes as though it tastes as though the water that goes through a treatment plant perhaps skipped a step. That's how bad. I hand it to my wife.
Were there tones of chlorine in it or anything like that? Yeah.
Something. And then I give it to Carla, and she goes, no. That's what she said. She goes, no, we're sending that back. So we send it back, and they bring a regular water, and to my surprise and pleasure, the water tastes okay. But the fountain soda...
High praise for a restaurant.
Nastiness.
Your tap water tastes okay.
Nastiness.
Yeah.
And then we order our ramen. I believe my son...
Did you get a replacement drink?
No, I'm not going to. I'm not.
You said you got water.
We have guns, the soda guns in a bar and restaurant. If the guns that put
if it's
that
dirty,
out,
it's dirty.
Probably going to put everything out.
Yeah.
And they order a chicken thing. I asked the server, the tired, disinterested, hygienically challenged server,
boy or girl,
lady.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Not to be confused with the tired, hygienically challenged hostess or the tattooed, hygienically challenged individual who brought the drinks in the first place.
Did they look like a family?
Yes, they did.
It might be a family-run business. Do you think that?
Don't know.
Was it crowded for Mother's Day?
No, it was not.
That's another key sign, I think.
I asked the server, I said, what do you like? And she says, I like the spicy. Well, unfortunately, I had a flashback to the spicy that I'd had in Manassas. The spicy ramen.
Yeah.
That I had prior to this. And so she said, well, I like the pork. And I order the pork ramen because I've had pork fried rice, and pork is a fine meat. I'm a risk taker.
When you go to a restaurant,
put the pig in my bowl of noodles.
When you go to a restaurant that can't get a Diet Coke right, definitely go for the pork.
Stupid.
Won't get trichinosis.
Stupid.
Yeah.
The ramen comes to the table.
Fast service?
Very. That's a ray of sunshine.
Okay.
Well, how much work does it take to prepare a bowl of noodles?
In this particular case, I believe every broth and every soup pot had the same base.
Right.
Then they just threw in. They threw in the pre-cooked, cooked probably last Wednesday.
Yeah.
They threw in the cooked meats. I think that's exactly how it was done. I really think that's how quick it was.
And ramen noodles cook really fast because they are actually pre-cooked and then freeze-dried. That's their gimmick.
Great. So they bring it over, and again, there is a bouquet coming from my ramen. I take a spoonful and I show it to my wife. She says, "Let me try." And she gives me kind of a half-hearted, maybe it's okay. I eat the noodles, and I'm not going to lie, I eat the entire dish.
How was the spice level?
I didn't order spicy.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
There was no appreciable flavor in the broth, if you want to call it broth, in the gray water.
Oh, that's ramen.
The ramen was. Oh, really? Is that ramen? There's no.
Why do you think they make a spicy version so you have flavor?
Okay,
but that's really not flavor. That's just heat.
That
right.
That pig slop
will
not cross my palate again in my lifetime. I have had my Now, I may enjoy it if I make it myself at home with that cheap stuff that my son likes to get. But I will not go out to a restaurant and order it again. Ever.
When the next time you make a batch of ramen at home, the little package that costs 15 cents, as it's finishing up, crack a raw egg on top of it and let it poach. And then you've really got something.
Okay.
Including added
Foodie
protein.
McFoodie. Is he not Foodie McFoodie? I mean, every
ramen.
food.
Don't even bother buying it.
I'm saying if that's your only option. But you know, Mike, you may call me Foodie McFoodie, but you will think about it the next time you cook ramen. Should I put an egg in here?
All I know is it was when you leave a place and you're angry and there were three. There's a difference between not satisfied. There's a difference between not as good as the last time you went, and the difference between a place that was so bad it pissed you off.
Where did you go afterwards? Because you had to get the taste out of your mouth.
Thank you. And you called it.
Did it involve a chant?
Yes, it did. Were you there?
No, I just know the family pretty well.
Were you there?
I was not.
By the way, at the suggestion of Mrs. O'Mara.
Well,
and by the way, Dairy Queen was just up the road.
Of course, but that's the case everywhere.
But you want to have when you've had an angering experience, you want to have a lock on something pleasant.
Did you
I
get
didn't realize that
with a ramen dip?
No, at the DQ, I didn't know they had the Sunday Crew.
What is that?
The Sunday Crew. We were in the line to get 3 ice cream products.
Right.
An ice cream cone for my wife and a dip cone for my son and me. And we were in the line for over half an hour.
Oh, my God. I thought when you said Sunday, I thought you meant SUNDAE. Like
No.
it was a special crew
We
that
were
made
in the
ice
line.
cream sundaes.
You can't get out of the line because now there's somebody in back you.
Oh,
and
it's
now
a
there's
drive-through, right.
The drive-through. And I have no idea. And my wife they finally, at about the 20-minute mark, come to the
Sunday
window
crew,
where we're going to be.
You mean the employees?
The employees,
not
the
like
Mother's
everyone
Day
goes
crew,
on
the people
Sundays.
that are all the quality employees at this particular chain were with their moms.
Yes.
Here's your problem. These are all the ones without moms.
And I said to my wife says to she's driving because I'm an old man, and she's driving and she says, "Is there something wrong?" And I swear to God, this is the direct quote. I got a bit of a stiff neck. That's what the guy in the window said.
What?
It was yeah. So just suffice it to say, it was a bit of a disappointing day out in Cheapville where we were.
Did
very,
Carla
very
enjoy her Mother's Day?
I think it was about a 5. I think I owe her a better day somewhere down the road. I think I need to surprise her for a bit. It was not where she felt cheated, but it was something where I feel as though I really didn't deliver, And,
but you weren't expected to deliver.
It's not your holiday. That is Michael's turn to step up.
That's true. He's almost of the age.
Well, he did
She
today.
is
He
not
took the
your
dogs
mother.
out. Usually Monday is my day to take the dogs out because, she takes him to school later. So today I had him do that. But it was
It's
not
going
the
to get
best.
easier, Mike, because by the time I woke up on Sunday, Robert had already given Carrie a card and a gift, and she was already happy.
Okay.
So that's excellent. So eventually Michael will take some of the pressure off you. Oh, and
That
totally
floating gray broth of
Yes.
swill,
Yes.
of sewer water is never going to cross my palate again. I am done.
Will
I don't
you ever
care.
go to
And I
another
know-
ramen place?
No, because I'm sure that, especially in major cities, there are probably fabulous ramen places.
yes.
There are probably places where the broth, but for my money, and it's not the same stuff, but your pho restaurants,
Yes.
the broth is the whole thing. The
Yeah,
broth
you're right.
is the crafted, cook the chicken in the broth, cook the beef.
Do you have
So-
that pho place down there, the Pho King?
Fucking is what a wonderful joint.
That
if
is
you
good.
really want some good pho, I recommend the Pho King.
Have you ever met the Pho King?
I have not. Now you're going to just take it till we can't do it anymore, but that's fine. We can do whatever we want.
Of
We're
course.
online.
Yes.
So a reminder to everyone, just beware. Beware, because somewhere along the line there is an untreated water that's cooking your ramen.
It's the
it.
same water that
Right.
made the Diet Coke.
Yes, and I think that I think just say the pork ramen, the pig's doing something. It was two ends that were involved in the pig, as far as I was concerned.
They use everything but the oink, Mike. That's
Oh,
what's
man.
great about a ramen place.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Porky. Appreciate you, Porky. Porky. We'll take a break, ladies and gentlemen. We will come back. I like it when Josh stifles a yawn, too. That's always very exciting.
It's early.
He hasn't learned the broadcasting trick of doing
That would be the
He's like,
time to click your camera off a sec.
Yeah. Anyway, we will. Oh, he'll have it off. He'll have it off half the show. Anyway, we got to take a break. We will come back with more fun and more thrills. This program is sponsored by. It's right here in my wonderful red what cup pizza
Pizza Hut
cup that have held up. I'm trying to think if this guy said, yeah, this got a little crack in it. I've been.
Well, didn't you
washing
buy
these
like
for
a dozen
so
of
long.
them?
Yeah, I bought a lot of them. This is so good.
Restaurant
Just the,
Supply Company?
The old no. This is the standard lemon lime. Love it.
It's your favorite.
I talk about Liquid IV probably more than any product that we have as a sponsor on this show, because I'm always telling people, you want one? You want one? I got them. I got them in the golf bag. Come on now. It's great. You're going to love it. Treat yourself. Treat yourself by gifting yourself the everyday indulgence of extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV, powered by Live Hydroscience. That, by the way, is a registered trademark. Flavors for days, from grape and lemon lime to pina colada, sugar-free, raspberry lemonade, white peach, rainbow sherbet. They're all the toppermost of the poppermost. It's a low-key, delicious, and everyday sip. Tastes like a visit to the legendary tulip farms of Holland.
Delicious.
In my mouth.
Yes.
You can drink.
You can drink.
Stunning, really. I drink it each and every day because I love it. And unlike old sports drinks, tired old sports drinks that have some kind of flavor profiles that are a little odd, Liquid IV delivers 3 times the electrolytes, 8 essential vitamins, and is always non-GMO, vegan, and allergen-free. I have been telling you these facts for years. Listen up. Try some Liquid IV. It's a good feeling to use your muzzle to guzzle. Tear, pour, live more. Liquid IV. Treat yourself. Extraordinary hydration. 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. That's liquidiv.com. 20% off your first order with the TMOS code. Take it away, everybody. All right, we're going to start today with a. I wish I'd known about the whole tariff thing, but you guys, nothing's really been announced yet. It's just that they have
they've
a
reached
deal.
an agreement. Yeah.
And the news is saying that American tariffs will be dropped down to 35% coming in, or 30% coming in, and into China will be 10%.
Okay. All right, what about coming out of China?
30.
Oh, it's 30%.
30%.
But it
into
was at
America.
145 or something, wasn't it?
Yes.
145%.
It was
That
Well,
seems
it's
high.
gonna. If it
And I
works-
don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to do research on what it was a month ago before all this.
Yeah.
I know this is going to come as a shock, but it's socially acceptable for men to have a bigger body count than women when you're talking about getting jiggy with it, ladies and gentlemen, but not by as much as you might think. A new study claims to have found a sweet spot for the ideal
out.
number of sexual partners. For men...
Oh, when you said body count, I thought you meant murders.
No, not murder.
Not
it's
murder.
not murder. For men, the magic numbers were about 4 to 5 lifetime sex partners, with 2 or 3 being casual, and the age of their first sexual encounter between 18 and 20. For women, the ideal was lower, 2 to 3 total sex partners, with 1 or 2 casual ones. This makes me mad at Hollywood, because you would think everybody was just jumping into bed with
I know.
everybody in Hollywood.
And I don't like the casual ones are better because I don't like wearing a tie.
An age of the first encounter for women between 16 and 18. Ooh, younger.
That is younger.
The study used data from Germany. Wow. Where the age of consent is 14 among peers. That terrifies me. The thing is,
among peers though, that doesn't rule out statutory for someone under 14.
Okay.
Because it's just among like a 14-year-old and a 14-year-old.
All right. Thank you, Sheriff. The thing is, the study was focused on perceptions of 25-year-olds. So apparently that's lifetime for 25. Okay, well, that's a little different.
We are going to bend the numbers a little bit. Now, you're 14 and you're 25. Now, please take off your clothes.
Yeah, it's a much younger number, not like a frisky 70-year-old.
No,
right? Come on. In any event, people who with moderate sex lives are judged most positively, while those at either extreme, super active or completely inactive, tend to face more punishment. Would you describe yourselves as one extreme or the other, or moderate?
I'd say moderate.
Josh?
Yeah, I'm moderate.
Okay.
More,
and Mike,
more...
you, of course, all the time, right?
I feel like a slut.
Mike?
I feel like I was a shock jock in the 80s, Rob.
I know. You had an apartment.
Shut up. All right. Anyway, that's... Yeah. Okay. Let's move on, shall we?
Well, you know what?
Not proud.
Days.
Not proud. At
Sunnier
65,
days.
I'm not proud of that at all. I'm really not. But I was actually in my mind when I was doing this story. I was kind of going through. And
I mean, there's nothing wrong with your numbers. And you gave every one of them one of the sets, the gift sets, the Mike O'Mara gift bag.
I stopped when I got to 15. Let's put it that way. Let's move on, shall we?
Okay.
Spotify, SoundCloud, and other platforms have banned Kanye West's new single. What's this guy doing?
What?
We all speculate every time there's a Kanye story as to whether it is just attention whoring or whether it's mental illness or whether
it's a spiral down.
It's a spiral, you think? His new single is Heil Hitler. It's still, great. It's still on X, on Twitter.
Is that a cover of the Eddie Fisher song, Heil Hitler?
It has already racked up, of course it has, millions of streams. The artwork for the track resembles a swastika and has also received millions of views. You know, standards for some, not standards for all, I guess.
You know what? I don't know. I don't care how curious you are. Leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Meanwhile, Kanye's former friend, John Legend, says it's sad and sometimes shocking to see what he's become. He said that back in the day, Kanye, quote, had so much optimism, so much creativity. I don't remember when Kanye had optimism where he wasn't like screaming and yelling about different things. I don't remember those days.
When he first came out, he was something of a wunderkind. Everyone liked him a lot. And he wasn't crazy.
John Lennon said, I didn't see a hint of what we're seeing now, his obsessions with anti-Semitism, anti-blackness, and it's sad to see his devolution. While he doesn't feel qualified to psychoanalyze Kanye, Legend says he started to notice a difference in his behavior after the death of his mom all the way back in 2007. So there you go with that. Very
the rallies.
Yeah. I just think, look, I'm contributing too by just reading that news story, so I feel weird about it.
No, use it as a plus. Don't go and listen to Heil Hitler. Just
don't go there.
Don't go
there.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton surprised a fan in Texas named Bibiana Gonzalez. What a cool name. Bibiana. Oh, Bibiana. You know, I had an earworm all weekend.
What?
Ricky Martin. Livin' La Vida Loca.
Great song. Great song.
But I don't remember hearing it on any particular platform. It just popped into my brain.
Was it a walk-up song for one of the kids at baseball?
You know what? That's probably where it was because we had baseball.
Because it's a good walk-up song.
By the way,
great intro.
Little suspect with the weather, but 3-game series coming up this weekend. Us against the O's. We'll see what happens. It's going to be the Orioles against the Marlins. Going to be tough. Going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So, Bibiana Gonzalez, that's the lady's name. She gave her a brand new car after learning that hers caught fire. Bibiana posted
Paris
a TikTok.
bought her a car.
Yeah, Bibiana posted a TikTok earlier this month and tagged Paris to show her that one of the few things to survive the fire was her Paris Hilton cup. I guess she had a fire at her residence. Paris quickly responded, quote, "Hi, love. So sorry this happened to you and relieved that you are safe. Going to do everything I can to help you out." Well, she meant it, apparently.
Yeah.
About a week later, Paris brought Bibiana a new car and delivered it personally. That's cool. In a follow-up post, Bibiana says, quote, "To Paris, thank you again from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done for me. Your kindness, generosity, and words of encouragement have meant more than you could ever know. You've changed my life in ways I never imagined." I could go for 10 of those stories and
Paris
maybe
is
one
really
less of the Kanye.
working right now. I recently bought her newest album on vinyl because because it's coming. It comes autographed, which is pretty cool. And it's okay. It's traditional club music, but she's trying to
put it next to the sex tape?
I did, right next to the sex
You
tape.
really bought a Paris Hilton album?
Yeah, I
For
like
the
Paris
autograph?
Hilton. Mostly for the autograph. Yeah, it was not expensive.
I'm waiting for Josh to comment on that.
I'm just confused.
He's incredulous, Rob.
Is it just a vinyl you didn't have?
Yeah, I like vinyl, and they targeted me at a good time.
Do you know any of the hits off the top of your head?
I don't think anything is hit yet, but I did listen to the whole thing. But the thing is when she went to the to Bibiana's, she told her not to touch the car that had just burned up, and she said, "Why?" She's because that's hot.
That was a long way to go. You kind of hit a few of the when you were running that steeple race right there. You kind of hit the tops of a few of them, just a couple of
grazed them. Yeah,
just you grazed them, as our friend would say, Shane Gillis. You nicked a couple. That's it. If we are to believe the tabloids, Taylor Swift is already annoyed at being linked to Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's nonsense. And it still goes on, but it might get worse very soon. Taylor has been subpoenaed by Justin's attorneys to testify in their legal battle over the movie It Ends With Us. In the United States, it's difficult sometimes to perceive of celebrities as being real people, but do you ever think about how it might mentally affect both of these people, both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, where they are, where their heads are at, whether they're able to go through their? Yeah, you would have to have rhinoceros skin. I would imagine.
My opinion of how to handle it is not the most popular one, but I say you take them both, Blake and Justin, and you just put them down.
And
euthanize them.
Yeah.
This Taylor Swift subpoena is just for publicity of the case.
Of course.
That's what I think.
She's not going to give any facts or evidence.
Right.
No.
The weird thing about It Ends With Us, I liked the movie. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty good. But this is why she's being subpoenaed according to the Baldoni camp. Blake invited Justin to her New York City home in 2023 to discuss a scene that they disagreed on. When he got there, he claims he was ambushed by Taylor and Ryan Reynolds. What, they were all there at the house? This is like a celebrity
That's a
Big
pretty
Brother.
good night to show up.
And apparently Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds pressured Justin to accept Blake's ideas for the scene. In a text after the fact, Blake told Justin, quote, "If you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi, and like her, I happen to have a few dragons."
I hate so many people.
For better or worse, that says
and
it
you
all
know
right
what?
there.
I really try, but I hate a lot of people, and you can put them all in there.
For better or worse, but usually better, because my dragons, this quote continues here. Blake said, "I also protect those I fight for." She sounds like on wheels. Does she not? Does she not on wheels?
What would happen if she were to be hit by a bus?
But I mean, I think he's a scumbag too.
Well, of course, they all are. And
At
you know
the
what?
time-
I think Ryan Reynolds is too.
But listen to the way he's kissing ass here at the time. At the time, Baldoni didn't seem too upset. He replied, quote, "I really love what you did. It really does help a lot. Makes it so much more fun and interesting. And I would have felt that way without Ryan and Taylor." So he's playing a game. You really are a talent across the board. Really excited and grateful to do this together. Shut up. They had something going on. Don't you think that there was something, at least on his end, there was something going on?
I'm curious, Mike, would you accept Blake's suggestions?
Of course.
Yes, I know you would.
With all the things I say about Blake, come on over. We'll chat.
Yeah, we'll chat.
No
we'll talk
problem.
about your newest acting role.
No problem at all. Love to. All right, guess what it is? It's the week I wait for every year. This is
What is
why
this?
I didn't know about the Chinese tariff situation, because it's National Limerick Week.
Hey, that's terrific.
National Limerick Week, and I've been taking pen to paper all morning long. I'm very, very excited. By the way, if this works, I plan to have, I might just have them every single day this week.
I need one from you for Friday's newsletter.
For Friday's newsletter?
Yeah.
Count on it, maybe. Anyway, let's start.
I think the limerick is one of your favorite forms of poetry.
Let me see if did I put 2 in for Rob? Let me see. Yes, I did. Okay, I put 2 in
Josh,
for Rob.
do you know any limericks offhand? Do you have any that...
I do not. There's not one
Darn
that
it.
comes to mind.
Darn it.
The
Okay.
most famous one, of course, would be the dirtiest one, which was There Once Was a Man from Nantucket.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 for you today.
Okay,
and
that's
I
wonderful.
hope you like a few of them. I'll just throw them out there. First one, totally nonsensical and totally innocent.
Okay.
No, limericks do not need music in back
Okay.
of them. No. That takes the meter away. I mean, my goodness. All right, are you ready?
Oh, good heavens.
There once was a boy named Rob who loved to eat corn on the cob. He would write in his journal how he loved every kernel and then share it with all of his mob. Yeah. Now, the next one, and I have to set all these up. The next one is not based on any reality whatsoever. Josh is a perfectly clean person.
Right.
This was just stream of consciousness that I put to be silly and funny, and it's not because Josh doesn't bathe.
I like that
Right.
you set each one up like you did when you read these at the coffee house.
Exactly, I like to say. So remember, it's just more about the words than it was really meaning anything, all
the
right?
meter. Yeah.
There once was a fellow named Josh who never quite learned how to wash. Although sweaty and dirty, he still could look pretty, but he needed some soap in his stosh. Thank you. Thank you all very much. And
Do
by
you
the way,
think
the last limerick
Shakespeare-
is for Rob especially.
Do you think that
yes.
Shakespeare reacted like that after he read like a
When he
sonnet?
got all excited?
Yeah.
This, by the way, as Rob will tell you, Josh, stops me in my tracks. All show prep will suddenly go out the window, and I will be behind, and I'll be late getting in here. All right, here we go.
All right.
This
Yes.
next one is one of my favorites. A horny old fart from Spokane loved the wife of another old man. Hi, Carla, he'd say in that weird, creepy way. That's why he is my least favorite fan. All right. Now, Josh, this next one's for you, too.
Okay.
Not you particularly, but your guy. All right, you ready?
Your guy.
All hail to our President Trump. You all know we'll come out of this slump. After all, he's a winner and a powerful sinner. So let's root for the miserable hump.
There's some optimism there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
I thought that was super positive.
Yeah,
I like
it is.
that. All right. And you know, I can't be doing them for everybody else without yours truly being.
Yeah, well, is this the first one you wrote?
No.
Okay,
that was
just
deep
checking.
into the project.
I thought maybe you
It was
put yourself first.
No, I didn't. No, I know you think I'm that narcissistic. You're wrong, asshole. Wrong. All right, here we go. Now it's time for some words about me. I have many flaws, you can see, but I love what I do. And one thing that is true, now it takes much more time when I pee. That's a
Strong.
Like his old bit.
That's a
Thank you.
strong one. I
it.
like that.
All right. Now here's a negative one about Rob. All right.
Okay, good.
Ready? Here we go. A salute to the Rob Spiewak horde. For his fans, Robbie strikes the right chord. Be it oldies or puns, his folks still love his buns. I just wish he could run a soundboard.
Here, here. I love that.
Sorry. I really shouldn't do that. It's getting old.
No, I like it.
All right.
It serves as a separator.
And that's the last one for today. And then
Okay.
you can
But
hit
we'll
the
have them
music
the
after.
rest of the week.
I'll
right?
try. I'll try to have at least one a day. All right, and I'll take pen to paper at any time when the spirit moves. Two
Two
we'll
a day.
see.
Yeah.
All right. Here, last one.
All right.
I hold in my hand the last limerick.
May a dog in heat visit your knee on a summer's day.
And now I would just like to schmooze. Jim Amato, the voice that we use. Yes, Jim is the choice and the man with the voice. Please don't talk to me when we're on the cruise. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you
Mike's
enjoyed
vow
that.
of silence starts December 1st. So, well, check that out.
Boom ya, boom ya, boom ya, boom. We'll take a break. We'll come back with something. I know we will, because this is the Mike O'Mara Show, and you've come to expect it. We'll be right back, everybody. If bugs are even a minor problem in and around your house, you have to check out our next sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Pesty. Spiders, ants, other bugs are looking for somewhere to hang out. With Pesty's do-it-yourself pest control, you can make sure they don't choose your house. Pesty is on a mission to provide pro-grade pest control at an affordable price. Other pest control companies charge over $800 per year, but with Pesty, you can get started with just $35 per treatment with a customized plan based on your location, bugs, and climate. Pesty gets rid of over 100 types of bugs, from spiders and ants to roaches and scorpions. Scorpions.
Eee.
Scorpions. Ew. The kit includes a sprayer, mixing bag, pesticide, gloves, and instructions. You can complete your application in less than 10 minutes. And the best part, Pesty is kid and pet friendly, so you do not have to worry. Plus, Pesty offers a 100% bug-free guarantee or your money back. Seriously, no questions asked. And please remember, free gloves. Really nice gloves.
Really
at no
nice.
additional charge. We glove you. We glove you. This show is filled with glove. Protect your home from bugs with Pesty. Go to pesty.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off your order. That's pestie.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off. Last week on the show, we didn't get to Josh Soroka's medical emergency, and
Yes.
I apologize. Sometimes I forget that, Josh is there with a full screen every day, and, although he does not participate as widely as Rob and I do, he's still there. Mm-hmm. He's a man, flesh and bone. He has days like we all do.
Yeah.
And he went to the ER. What?
Sometimes I did not go to the ER.
Oh, you had a medical emergency.
But I did have a medical issue.
All right.
And sometimes it's better to wait until the next week because I have a result.
Okay.
Did you
Tuesday-
ingest a bad Georgia peach?
No, this started on Tuesday evening
Okay.
where I noticed a
Evening.
lump.
Oh.
I noticed a lump bigger than my fist
Oh.
on my groin.
Oh.
Holy shit.
So a little scary.
How did it get that big?
I don't know. It just showed up Tuesday night.
Vigorous rubbing.
And I kind of left it thinking, oh, that's weird. And Wednesday,
Did it hurt?
It did not hurt. No pain.
Did you worry
And-
about the big casino?
Worried about, yeah. Oh, I went to Google and found all the things to worry
Pretty
about.
horrible. You're probably
Yeah.
terrifying if you went
Yeah.
to Google.
So then I could not get a doctor's appointment until Friday. Friday morning.
God.
That's
Right
fast.
after
Yeah.
the bonus show. Wow. I went.
Is that because the doctor wanted to listen to the bonus show?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I'm
So
just freaked out by that. That's
That's
it was,
horrible, yeah.
It was mentally messing with me. So anyway,
you covered it up on this show. That's for sure. Rob and I would have been like, boo, boo, boo.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I didn't know what it was, so I didn't want to panic yet.
Okay.
So I went Friday. Doctor looked at it, and she sent me next door for an MRI, not an MRI, a
Sonogram?
ultrasound.
Yeah.
So I go and do the ultrasound, and then I get a call later that day with what it is.
Okay.
It is nothing. Nothing shows up on the ultrasound. They don't see any. They thought it was a hernia, and then they said it's not a hernia because it wasn't on the ultrasound.
And a hernia would have pain involved.
Yeah, there was no pain. There was no nothing. They said it was nothing. It was maybe a minor pulled muscle,
To make a bump
And-
that big?
apparently. And then, so Friday night, I'm told it's nothing. And by Sunday, it was gone. Wow. It's gone. I don't know what it was, but it was bigger than my fist, a little bit bigger than a baseball, smaller than a softball. And
Do you
no
feel
clue.
anything
It was
living,
nothing.
moving inside you?
No, the only thing you know what where I'm at, my immediate thought went
What?
is that the Thai massage that she broke.
Oh.
Me.
Oh,
That
I
she
wouldn't think that,
strained
yeah.
some type of muscle,
I bet she did.
and that showed up and made
maybe
a
the
lump.
muscle that she strained was no. Wow.
No. So
Were you terrified?
yeah,
I'd still be
I'd be out of my
terrified.
mind.
I assumed it was like a hernia would be a positive. That's like the best case scenario for a lump there.
Right.
Isn't it great when that happens, though? And the only thing that gives you any kind of peace of mind is when it just goes away because they weren't able to tell you what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Oh, the doctor calls me and says it's nothing, and I said no, it's physically there. I can still see it.
Yeah.
She's
And what
like,
did he
"No,
say to
it's-
that?
She said, "Oh, I don't know, but it's nothing. Let's see how it does."
That's the problem.
She goes, "It's nothing to
Female
worry about."
doctor.
Was it a urologist that you went to?
No, I went to my
Regular general
doctor.
practitioner.
But then they did the ultrasound, and the ultrasound people all read that. So I guess that showed nothing.
You know, it's like
It's mysterious.
with
Yeah.
modern medicine, like they give you steroids or antibiotics, and then everything else is like, I don't know. I don't know. I watched The Pit. They know. You should go to an ER. They know everything.
Yeah, you should go to an ER in Pittsburgh.
I was
Yes.
I was close to going to the ER when they couldn't see me until Friday.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
would've
had
too.
mentally all week been like, well, there's no pain. And then, like, late at night, you're laying in bed, and I'm like, is that pain? Is it burning?
What's the worst thing that the internet told you?
Well, cancer.
Cancer. Yeah.
Cancer is.
You're kind of
yeah.
at that age
Yeah.
for that.
Mhm.
A hernia that would need surgery or cancer were the two big ones.
God, makes my blood turn cold.
But
just
thankfully,
hearing
it was
about
nothing except for some Thai.
Yeah, and I love
Thai
the fact that
massage.
because of it, Josh has quit smoking.
Did she like lift your legs way up?
Look out.
I got yes. I got bent in all weird directions.
So that could have like popped a muscle out or something.
Yeah, so that's
like
the only thing the doctor said is maybe you strained
your
a muscle.
ball.
Did you ice it or anything, or did you just
Yes.
look at it?
No,
First
I
thing
iced
to
it.
do when it hurts is to ice the area.
Ice the area, yeah.
I iced it multiple times.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh my God.
And I don't
Wow.
want to be a killjoy here, and I'm glad you're okay.
Oh come on! What?
All right,
What are you
let's
gonna say?
take it further. That's what
I'm
Rob
just
does.
worried that it came and went, and no one knew what it was.
Yeah, but if they
Yeah.
did a sonogram on it, if they did an
A sonogram would
ultrasound,
have showed cancer or would
Well,
have
I'm not
shown
saying that it's cancer. I'm just saying that if it came out of the blue, I like
maybe
the
you popped
notion.
a third one. Maybe we had a guy at
Third
Marist
what?
College who we used to call Triball. I swear to God, we did. He had three. He had three nuts.
That's
That
great.
was a
When he
little too
dropped his
big.
pants, it looked like a pawn shop. In his
No, I mean we like they called him Triball, and he was not shy. He'd drop trow and show
well,
you.
I guess by very
He'd show
definition,
you his nuts. I saw his nuts.
ballsy guy.
Well,
Hey,
if that's
three
the case, I'll show you on
nuts.
the cruise.
That's it.
That's
it's
Saturday
Josh's
night.
special Triball Saturday night. It should be fair. Right now, is your mind clear? Do you seem like you're relieved?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine now. There's nothing there. The lump's completely gone, so I'm not worried about it at all.
I probably shouldn't ask this, but is your wife okay with it?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Was she helpful?
I think so.
She
Yes.
filled the ice trays.
She insisted on the icing.
The ice trays back in the 1950s. I don't, Rob. You kind of know about these medical situations. Are you satisfied with the result? That
I would
everything's
like
gonna
to
be
know
Okay.
if were I Josh.
Isn't your doctor? Isn't your general practitioner doctor's name Dr. OK?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I have an appointment to go in just to get sort
Dr.
of
OK.
a pat on the back. Yeah.
I can't see out of my right now. It'll be okay.
Well, Dr. OK also
Dr. OK. Your doctor.
He shepherded me through a pretty difficult time in my life, so I have
Yes.
I've got a very high opinion of Dr.
Yeah.
OK.
Dr. OK.
He wasn't Dr. OK
Because
the
now you're
first-
okay.
Yeah, when I went in, he wasn't Dr. OK. He was
All you-
Doctor. Let's take a look at this.
But now he's Dr. OK, and he doesn't
Yeah.
get on your ass for drinking sugary sodas and big bags of chips.
That's
is
right.
fine. He is fine with that. Oh, by the way, I'm guilty. Do you know? I found out. I didn't mention this in the whole food thing.
What?
In the morning, I went out and I got what I believe puts more weight on me than anything. And I mean anything. Sugar.
Are you
anything.
eating butter again?
No, well, butter was involved in this.
Oh,
Do you know what packs weight on me? And I have to
What's
get
that?
back on set. Bagels.
Oh, yeah.
Bagels.
Yeah.
I went to
Bagels.
the great bagel place where they dented my car door, and the bagels are phenomenal.
What is your bagel order, your standard bagel order?
3 cinnamon raisin and
Well,
3
this is
sourdough.
when you're
For the
buying for
family,
the
for
family,
you.
I hope.
No, I'm not just me alone. I will eat I like sourdough and I like cinnamon raisin, but so does the whole family.
You know what cinnamon raisin is? In my family, we would call you out. It's a goy bagel. That's not a proper bagel.
Well,
Bagels
you're
shouldn't
not
be sweet.
Jewish. You're
No,
not
I
allowed
like
to
it.
call me a goy.
You are? That's a goy bagel. I got that
because what you're what are you 1/8?
Yeah, but I got the terminology from a guy named Ben Gold.
By the way, I have to tell you this, Josh. Rob is multi-religious. So he claims to be a Catholic. He claims to be Jewish. He claims to be Protestant. He claims a lot of religions. You know, you should know this, that there is only one true religion, Rob.
Well, Mike, you know, I plan to serve
The Church
God.
of Latter-day Saints, as I've always said.
I know. Well, you love the building.
Yes, I do.
Which-
I sure do. Surrender Dorothy. That's it.
And
we
the
are,
magic of
we are
the
so DC-centric right now.
I know.
Josh, in Washington, D.C., on
Yes.
the Beltway,
I'm sure he knows it.
$4.95.
I am
you know.
very familiar.
Okay, there is a Mormon temple that is
Yes.
for Washington, D.C., and the spires reach way into the sky above Route 495. And if you are coming...
Have you ever-
Yes.
Have you ever been in the building?
No. It would
I know a fact
I-
about that, though. Have you?
I was invited to a
Can I
wedding
finish
there.
the story, though?
Yeah.
Because there's a bridge that goes across 495, and somebody wrote, Surrender Dorothy, because it looks like the Land of Oz.
and
Go ahead.
they do it every year. They'll black it
Yes.
out. It comes back. When they built the temple, I think it was in the early 70s. They had like an open house so people could come see what this fabulous structure was. But afterwards, they had to change the entire interior because people that weren't Mormons saw it. So they invited people in and then changed
Yeah.
it.
There it is.
I was invited to a wedding there.
And
I wasn't allowed in. I had to wait outside until the reception.
There it is.
wow.
That's
Wow.
terrible. That's terrible. Mormons. We have to take a break. When we come back, I would like to talk with you gentlemen about homeowners association.
Ah, yes.
A lot of it down here. I don't know about where you live, but I'll tell you where I live. It's HOA, as it's called, homeowners associations, and HOA fees. Yeah. Killing.
You love it.
We'll take a break, and we'll be right back, everybody. Cremo, here's the problem with body care stuff. It's dull. It's boring. And I'm going to also throw this in. They didn't want me to talk about this, but I will. You want to talk about a product that lasts? Men's product need more variety.
Yeah.
That's why I love Cremo. You deserve freedom from sweat and stink. Cremo's deodorant is designed to provide men with 48-hour odor protection. Cremo products are all barber grade and made with pride, professionalism, and passion to guarantee you quality without compromise. And they last longer than the regular stuff you get in a drugstore. Elevate your deodorant experience with Cremo's 2 latest signature scents, Italian Bergamot. That's the one I use, bright, fresh, and robust. There's another one out there, Palo Santo. It's deep, smoky, and refined. Both great. Remember, deodorant isn't just for smelling good. The scent you choose sets the tone for how you present yourself. Cremo helps men make an unforgettable impression. I'll start that again. I get excited.
I know.
Cremo helps men make an unforgettable impression every time. I love this stuff. I really do. I got excited when we partnered with Cremo because they came to my house and immediately I loved the scent. And then the benefits were I'm still using the first one I got.
Yeah.
And it's great because I'm out there in 95-degree heat every single day. It's great.
Yeah.
I wish you could smell me right now. Head to Target or Target.com to find Cremo's new line of antiperspirants and deodorants in the Italian Bergamot and Palo Santo scents. Once again, that's Target or Target.com. I asked the boys before the show started today if they were dealing with HOAs. They both do.
Yeah.
I was way back when I was a baby DJ and I had my first really big house. I was the president of a homeowners association, and the only way I perceived
Why would you do
it-
that to yourself?
Because I didn't know any better. I
Yeah.
didn't know what was going on. I remember just getting the phone calls about this and that.
Yeah.
But in my homeowners association now, where we all live in little ticky-tackies and we all look the same, it's community landscaping, it's a clubhouse, it's a community pool, and I get baked for thousands of dollars in association fees. So much so that I say, really, what would be the alternative? Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have an HOA and a CDD?
What's a CDD?
A community development district. And it's like an HOA fee, but it's even more expensive and built straight into your mortgage.
Really?
What do they do?
They are supposed to take care of your like amenity center and your lakes and ponds and landscaping. So I have to pay the CDD and the HOA.
That seems like it's a I think that the HOA fees that we pay, I think that's all under that same umbrella. But it's just, I brought it up with you guys today, and I'm asking you as we do this show. I just think I find it a little hinky. I find it a little suspect about the requirements for the kind of things that go on. I think we got about 400 beds in this neighborhood, and they're baking me for like $2,000 every quarter, which I think is a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
I really do.
But you have access to the pool.
Yeah, right? And there's a person that sits on their ass up at the front and puts a gate up and down every day.
Where I've had most of my encounters with the HOA is one time I got a hot email saying, "Dear sir, resident at your address, your front door is faded. It really should be repainted."
Oh, yeah. I get that where the gutters, the roof need to be cleaned.
Yeah.
Needed to be cleaned, and the soffits.
Great
I
word.
get letters if I don't take the trash can in the same day.
I got a
leave
letter
it out on the curb overnight.
I got a letter where I put the trash, the barrels on the side of my house, and I had a little shrub that prevents it from being seen from the street. I had it there. I've been here almost 7 years, and they said I needed more coverage around there. This is just random.
You're kidding.
Yeah, because one year it'll be fine, then the next year somebody else comes in and they say this. It's BS. You can appeal all of it, but who wants to go through that?
I just ignore it. I mean, I'm not going to appeal painting my door. My door looks fine. Yeah. But someone has it in their head that I need to paint. I'm sorry, it's not glossy and black, so it doesn't get to be 600 degrees in the summertime like everyone else.
Is it supposed to? Are you? Is your color of the door regulated? Do they tell you what color you need to paint it?
Yes, you have a choice though.
You have a choice of colors.
Yeah, I went with black originally.
Mine is. I'm going to go with paisley this year.
Oh, that'd be nice. Well, why don't you get the family tartan of O'Mara?
It's just, to me, it's a little. Are we really? Under the heading of "Are we really that free?"
No,
they
also cut the grass in a sloppy way. Don't forget that. That's included.
Okay, yeah.
I think common area.
So you get
not
the same thing, right? They
not
do that?
my 12 feet of grass, but
you
all
have to
the
cut
other
your
grass.
own.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we have considered and talk about moving all the time simply because of the HOA.
Yeah.
That
I think
bad.
a lot of people do. Yeah. I mean, we do. We do all the time. I mean, add it on. I mean, it's like $8,000. $8,000.
Sounds to me, Mike, like you need to get back into the HOA business and start running things with a little bit of sense.
I would run things by saying, let's get these costs down. Let's get I do it like I put my own Doge together. I would put my
who would you get to run it?
Oh, I'd have to bring some quirky, weird guy. Oh boy, who would I have to come down there? I would probably bring down here Zoolander. I bring Stu Glinski.
He'd be
down
great.
to do it.
He'd
Wouldn't he be great at it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's got that kind of Musk thing. He's a Trumper, I know. Yeah. And so bring him down and have him with those fancy teeth of his roll
Plus,
into the homeowners
he could get all that
association.
HOA money out of the safe.
Yeah, because he's a locksmith.
There you go. We have a dedicated person that has paperwork on everybody, and it's a lot going on. A lot going on that I don't want to pay for anymore. That's all there is to it. So
do you ever get any I know you've gone overboard with some Christmas lights in the past. Have you ever gotten remarks on that?
I will tell you this, that the Christmas lights, the most community Christmas lights we have are up at this community building that nobody goes to.
Well, that's a good place.
And by the way, the little workout, they do this to sell houses where you've got a community center and a workout room.
Yeah.
And what they are is they're dingy and not really well maintained.
Everything's
and,
broken in our gym.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Our
the
gym,
way it
the
is.
only thing our
But
gym has,
pay.
the
Right.
only thing our gym has is the big canvas belt that agitates your stomach. From the old days.
Rob lives in a very old community right there. And, of course, the steam tank.
Yeah,
where,
but your head sticks out.
Yeah, he puts his head out like that. Where Rob can have regular discussions with Laurel and Hardy each and every day as he's in there. Yes, sometimes your elderly references do make me laugh. There we go. We'll take a break. Do you have some video for us today?
I do, and a surprise piece of show and tell. How about that?
All right, and I'm already starting to think about my limerick for tomorrow's show. We'll take a break. Come
Write
right
a
back.
limerick about Moe's corn chips.
The Michael O'Mara Show, everybody. I want to tell you about a new sponsor we have. Every business has a story, but is yours being heard? You've built something incredible. Now it's time to amplify it with a podcast that connects, converts, and captivates. Look, we know everybody's doing it. The Podcaster's Warehouse will turn your mission into a powerful professional show. How do we do it? This guy. Take a look at him down at the
There he
bottom of
is.
your screen. It's
That's
designed
the
for impact. You show up, we handle the rest. Studio gear covered, editing done, publishing and promotion locked in. You speak, we amplify. Imagine building loyalty, generating leads, and becoming the go-to voice in your industry, all without tech headaches. Whether it's a public series or your customers, I'm sorry, let me say that the right way. Whether it's a public series for your customers or a private cast for your team, we craft it your way. Custom formats, professional advice, and expert coaching, all built around your brand with cinematic quality production, scroll-stopping social clips, and your amplified message. This is podcasting at the next level. Let's build your podcast together. Visit thepodcasterswarehouse.com to schedule your free intro call now, because your story is too good not to tell. One voice can change everything. Let it be yours. The Podcaster's Warehouse. Did Rob write that for you?
Hey, I
John?
like that. Some
Rob did.
beautiful video.
Did Rob use AI?
I use a little AI on it, yeah.
I just
I
want
think
to.
all our commercials have a little AI.
I believe
Yeah.
they do. Yes,
And
he
also,
uses
but-
it like a toilet.
But
Yes, go ahead.
Josh's copy was great to begin with, so it was very easy
and
to
that
do.
also went through AI.
What? Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That's I got a real AI vibe from. That's hey, why not? It's
Yeah.
what the world's doing, kids. That's the way it goes. Take it away, Rob.
Oh, Mike, more fun, more music.
More music, more fun, WAVA.
And I snuck away during the Pesty spot so you could see my autographed Paris Hilton album.
Can you lower that a little bit so I
Yeah.
can see the rest of
She
it?
even
Is that
gave you a
Paris?
heart.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
She's beautiful.
Stunning. Absolutely.
And let's see. I think it's colored vinyl. I don't know. Let me check. Oh,
You mean like with a picture on it?
You'll like this picture. That's nice.
Very nice.
Is this your
I didn't
first
know
time
you were a
opening it?
Paris fan.
I think she's beautiful. Yeah, it is. It's pink vinyl. There you go.
Awkward pause. All right, horn dog, let's go.
Young disc jockeys, please recognize that as a transition jingle.
Yes.
Mike, Cameron Kinsey is a guest panelist on the Fox News channel. Now, Josh doesn't know her because she's just a guest, but she had herself a bad day.
Is this the pass out?
Yeah, she was dehydrated, as we found out after the fact.
About ideology, or it's not about.
Oh my goodness. Fox News contributor Cameron Kinsey fainting in the middle of a live broadcast.
Now, I know I'm not a good
Sometimes,
person.
Rob, the lies are so overwhelming to the brain. Creating the fiction is so overwhelming to the brain that the brain simply shuts down. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
The impression I got, and we can look at it again, she looks like she comes from the Fox News labs.
She does.
She's got that
Yes.
perfect Fox News look.
She does.
So I'm thinking that this is a robot who just like lost the batteries.
Take another look at it.
Ideology, or it's not about.
Oh my goodness.
Man,
That's
it's
horrifying, though.
amazing.
Yeah.
When you see somebody go out like that, wow.
Yeah.
Because I've had migraines, and migraines will make you get aphasic.
Yeah.
And that's a similar reaction.
It doesn't
to when
result
you're
in
going-
in fainting, though, does it?
No, it results in your mouth not working, though,
Yeah.
sometimes. And it sounded like there was a little of that before she passed out.
Mike, let's go to New Jersey. I think it's in, this is close to New York City, but there was a New Jersey Sheraton, the Sheraton Crossroads, a legendary hotel that has seen better days. And I love a building implosion.
Engineering and explosives.
This
I
guy.
was kind of really excited to see it.
We've lived here 31 years. And so coming off the 287, the Sheraton's always been kind of a beacon in your home.
Do you think they hate each other?
Can you start it from the beginning? What's the matter with this dude?
I don't know,
he
but
also works in his basement.
he might. But what happened with this guy is they kind of joined him in progress. I think he's saying that it's explosions and engineering and he likes it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob's best
Engineering
friend.
and explosives. I was kind of really excited to see it.
We've lived here 31 years. And so coming off the 287, the Sheraton's always been kind of a beacon in your home.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
Gone. Look at this, Mike.
I've seen that building.
I love watching that. I think that's so cool.
Right here in Marlow, New Jersey.
The actual crew that did the destruction, their next project is a house on Hancock Point in Maine. So we wish them luck.
Wow, there's getting right to the heart of the family. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wow.
Mike, I've always felt that good dialogue almost has a musicality to it. It sound comfortable and memorable, but they very seldom take the time to actually set it to music. But the people at There I Ruined It did with one of your favorite movies.
I don't know who you are, I don't know what you want. If you let my daughter go, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you and I will kill you. But I do have a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. I don't know who you are, I don't know what you want. If you let my daughter go, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you and I will kill you.
Lovely. There I ruined it. Good luck. Oh, great movie.
I do
Great
love that.
movie.
I love that a lot. Now, also, Mike, I did want to do this. Let's close with this. Do you remember Mike, the pirate guy? Mike Quinn?
Down here in Fort Myers.
Yeah, he took the time to send this to me, and I really appreciate it because, you know, I don't like birds. And this bird, I think, is speaking a foreign language, but this poor lady just wants to, I think, tell us about her charging cable.
O que está acontecendo aqui agora? Eu fui chamar a atenção dele. Não grita comigo, não. Não grita comigo, não. Sabe por quê, gente? Olha o que ele fez, ó. Olha, olha. Não foi eu. Foi você. Foi você. Foi. Foi você. Foi você, sim. Não adianta. Gente, e agora? Como é que carrega celular? Não grita comigo. Não grita comigo. Olha, cara. Ô, bicudo. Escuta só.
Amazingly, that woman is the only person who knows what it's like to co-host a radio show with Rob Spiewak. And Mike, that's all we got today.
That's awesome. Oh my God. I was telling somebody about your standard voice for a domestic argument is usually.
Yeah.
What did Carrie say to you on the morning of Mother's Day, Rob Spiewak? There it is. We gotta get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. Thank you all for your support. We appreciate it. For Josh Soroka and Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
So long, folks.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
And what excitement we have today.
No, don't let him go.
It is all fun and games until someone gets herpes.